got him. Okay? Having the angels that's got him. Some of them missiles going to hit the land, destroy some of the land, some are going to destroy some of the water. And the angel that was in control of the missile that was destroyed over the water, he's known as the angel of the waters. Go ahead. Not no damn Poseidon. Go ahead.
And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged us.
Yep.
For they have
Is, was, and to be. Is, that's present, was, that's past, to be, future. Because the Most High exists. He's always there. In all aspects of time. Past, present, and future. Go ahead.
right. For they for they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou
These people
hast
here, these are the saints and the prophets. Go ahead. Through slavery. When Columbus came over here. When the so-called Negroes brought over here cargo slave ships. When Native Americans had their land stolen and were enslaved, they were victims of genocide.
Yep.
When the so-called Negroes was enslaved. When the people of Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Central South America, Mexico, and the various Caribbean islands were enslaved and slaughtered. We in the ghettos, we in the projects, we in the prison system. Go ahead.
and thou hast given them blood to drink,
Yep,
for
go
they
ahead.
are worthy.
Go ahead.
And I heard another
Worthy of that destruction. Esau, right? And those all that took the mark. And all those that was worthy of being destroyed by them with the destruction, by the second death. Go on.
And I heard another out of the altar saying, and I heard another out of the altar say, Even so, Lord, the Most High, Almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments.
Uh-huh.
And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire.
Go ahead.
And men were scorched with great heat,
The missiles. Go ahead.
and blasphemed the name of the Most High,
Yup, they go curse the Lord when they get destroyed. They will be cursing the Heavenly Father. Go ahead.
which had power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory.
That's the elites, so-called Illuminati. They ain't gonna repent and give the Most High glory. That's why they gotta go into slavery. Go ahead.
And the fifth
And the rest of them, the rest of them are Edomites as well, and other nations. Go ahead.
and the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain.
So America's gonna be filled with darkness. Because America is really that seat of the beast, like an unofficial head. America is modern Roman Empire. Because you know the beast, you know the dragon, that's the beast from what? That beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay? Which those 7 heads and 10 horns were once part of the ancient Roman Empire. Now they're part of the modern Roman Empire, which is what known as NATO and the EU. The same, because the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns in modern day time is NATO and the EU, but in the past it was known as the Roman Empire. And America's like an unofficial head of that. America's the one that's really making all of these moves. So the seed of the beast is really going into America. Go ahead.
And
One more thing, brother. Because scripture tell you, it said the beast was given a deadly wound, and the deadly wound was healed. That's the one with the Roman Empire. By way of September, go ahead.
Revelations 13 verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. And his deadly wound was healed.
Yeah.
Revelations 13 verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. And his deadly wound was healed.
I saw one of his heads that was wounded to death.
As it were wounded to death.
As it was wounded to death. I got you, bro. Okay, here. It said one of his heads. So these are the 7 heads. Germanian Major, the Romans, the French. Because Germanian Major, Germanian Minor is now basically like, at this one time it was divided. Now it is one land. So Germanian Major, the Romans, the French, which is known as the Gauls, the Spanish, Hispaniola, Germanian Minor, the British, and the Greeks. Go ahead.
Right?
And that's America right there. That's the woman on top of that beast. That's the seat of the beast. Go ahead. So it said one of the heads what?
As I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed.
That was the Roman Empire. It was wounded unto death. During the time of Septimius Severus, was that 193 AD?
Yep, 182.
Septimius Niger, and then Septimius Severus. So it ended with Septimius Severus. Because his name, Severus, means what? The seven. Seven meaning seven. So going to that time of Septimius Severus, that was when that happened. That was when it was wounded. That's why he has the name Septimius Severus. Sept, that's seven. Severus, because what is October? Oct is 8. So Sept is 7. And it was 7. The 7, one of the 7 was 7. And one of the 7 that was 7 was Roman Empire. Go ahead.
And add to, that's why they gave him the name of Septimius Severus, because they knew that the Roman Empire was part of the 7 heads that was written in the book. Man.
Well, they didn't know.
Well, you know, that name was like
They didn't know, but that was prophesy that way. That's why the Most High had him given that name. Go ahead.
And all the world wondered.
It said what? It said was healed.
And his deadly wound was healed.
And his deadly wound was healed. Why? Because it was wounded, but then it was healed. It came back. Ultimately, it came back to America, which came out of Great Britain, which is one of the 7 heads. All right. So you can go back to what you was reading.
Yeah, come. All right, back to Revelation 16 and 11. Let's start at 10 again. And the 5th angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain.
So America was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain. So their teeth or tongues?
Their tongues.
They gnawed their tongue for pain. Somebody's in pain, they bite their tongue. So America's gonna be filled with darkness. Why? Because all of that smoke from the thermonuclear destruction will actually block out part of the sun's light, block out part of the moon's light, block out part of the light from the stars. Go ahead.
Yep.
And people gonna be in pain, they're gonna know their tongues. They're gonna be getting burnt up. Go ahead.
And the 6th angel poured out his vials upon the great river Euphrates.
If you read it, it's really gonna go into the destruction. Go ahead.
Right, it says, and the 6th angel poured out his vials upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried. And the waters thereof were dried up, that the way of the kings of the east may be prepared.
And that's where Armageddon will take place. World War III, Armageddon, mountain of truth. That's why I said the kings of the east. Of where? The eastern hemisphere. Go ahead.
Yep. And it says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs.
Frogs are unclean creatures. 3 unclean spirits like frogs. Go ahead.
Come out of the mouth of the dragon.
Go ahead.
And
we already went into that. Go ahead.
And out of the mouth of the beast.
Go ahead.
And out of the mouth of the false prophet.
The false prophet, that's what they're talking about. The Roman Catholic Church. Because all these various religions came out of the Roman Catholic Church. Islam came out of the Roman Catholic Church. So-called this false Christianity. They all came out of the Roman Catholic Church. That's the false prophet. Go ahead.
And it says, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles.
They're the spirits of deceivers working miracles. They're deceivers working miracles. Why? Because it's a miracle the deceivers managed to deceive all these different nations. All these people. Go ahead.
Which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of the Most High Almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments.
Yeah, garment. Does that mean when the Lord come, or Lord come and me grab my garment? No. Put your fingers on some of the spiritual garment. Alright? Some of the spiritual garment, okay? Not the actual physical garment. It's the scripture in my mind. Since you got the phone out, look this up. Type in priest. Type in the word priest. Something in Google. Clothed in righteousness. Priest clothed in righteousness. That's a song, right? I'm thinking of 19 or there's something with a 9 and an 8. Something with a 9 and 8. 132 and 9. Okay. Look it up. Psalm 132 and 9. It don't mean get your garment, put your garment on, Lord coming back. You gonna have guys they're gonna open up like a treasure chest. They're gonna go in the basement, right? It's gonna be like a skeleton hand on top of a treasure chest. They're gonna take it off, blow up all of the dust, all the spider webs, tear it off, get the garment out, put the garment on, a garment from 1992. You go hear the angels singing, they think the garment is actually holy. And they're gonna put the garment on and be waiting. No.
They get left.
Huh?
Like Indiana
Yeah.
Jones.
Like an Indiana Jones movie. Nah, man. Spiritual garments. Go ahead.
Let Psalms 132, verse 9.
Yep.
Let thy priest be clothed with righteousness.
Yeah. Clothes and righteousness. Doesn't mean you go to the store, you go to a fabric store and say, let me get let me get a roll of righteousness. Let me get a little bit of zeal over there.
We get 7 yards.
Let me get 7 yards of righteousness and 2 yards of zeal. Nope.
The string of faith.
Righteousness is supposed to clothe you like a garment. I mean, this righteousness is supposed to be on you. Righteousness is going to clothe you like a garment. You know how you put a garment on, the garment is on you? Righteousness is supposed to be what's on you, what clothes you. And whatever clothes you is something that you're covered in. What you covered in righteousness. Go ahead.
Which also covers shame.
Right. Go ahead. And which scripture's going to go into that. Go ahead.
And let thy saints shout for joy.
That's right. I read that. What you got? What you looking for? Clothes?
No. Back to Revelation 16 and 15.
Yep.
Behold, I come as a thief.
He ain't coming as a thief. You ain't gonna know when the Lord coming. Go ahead.
Blessed is he.
That's why we gotta watch for the